Why did you move to Carrollton?
Well, I grew up here, so
I
I was raised here, and I grew up in a house that's on Crosby Road, across from the Crosby Rec Center.
More appropriate question.
Why'd you stay?
Why did you stay?
Why did I stay? I think Carrollton has a great quality of life, a great community feel. We have great schools, and we're very centrally located, so that in today's environment, people change jobs many times, and so regardless of where you're working, if you're working in Carrollton, that's obviously a great commute. If you're working in Frisco, that's a great commute. Garland, Irving, downtown Dallas, wherever, if you live in Carrollton, your commute is always going to be reasonable, and I think that's important. And we have great housing stock and great people.
Okay. What separates Carrollton from the rest of the North Texas? Why is Carrollton special?
Why is Carrollton
maybe
special?
Other than the
geography. Yeah. Well, we have, I think the people are something that really stands out. We have people. We have a lot of diverse groups in the city. We have people that have lived here forever, right? We have people that are brand new to the city. We have distinct ethnic communities inside of Carrollton. But I think we're all bound together by just a sense of decency, a sense of concern for others, and a desire for just a high quality of life. We have a lot of restaurants here that people don't know about, a lot of sort of independent restaurants that are something people like a lot. We have an amazing trail system that runs throughout our city that people really like. It's one of the things people really like. And it's just a neat opportunity. So I think our park system is one of our big amenities. And our schools, we are partly in Carrollton Farmers Branch ISD and partly in Louisville School District, and so both of those afford residents a great opportunity to educate their children. It's really a great place.
Okay. What's your vision for the city of Carrollton, maybe in the kind of mid-range or long run?
Sure. Well, my vision for the city is for us to be a diverse city that has all different types of housing and amenities available for citizens. We've got small houses. We're going to soon have transit-oriented development. We have some now, but around our 3 rail stations, I think you're going to see that is where the vision changes. I mean, a lot of our city is single-family homes with retail. In those areas, I want to make sure that the corridors look nice. I want to make sure that the homes are maintained and retain value and increase in value. And I want to make sure the retail areas look nice and that the vendors that are there are responsive. So those are, in the areas where we have opportunity for change and improvement, the 3 rail stations really give us that. In downtown Carrollton, we have, I think in 5 or 10 years, there's going to be, 10 or 15,000 people that live within walking distance of that station, and we've got a great nest of restaurants and retail that is already there, and it's got a great history to it. So I think that's going to be really one of the biggest hubs in the Metroplex. And you also there's an east-west rail line called the Cotton Belt you may have heard about, and that runs from Plano to DFW Airport. And in the middle of that it stops at Beltline, so that is where, downtown Carrollton. So you'll be able to get the Cotton Belt and the Green Line. So it'll be one of the very few places where you have that.
I was kind of going over some of the stats or descriptions on the City of Carrollton's website, and they mentioned that the downtown Carrollton is prime candidate for all public transits.
Yes.
To kind of cross.
There's even another line that comes from Frisco that cuts through there. So there's like 3 lines that would come through there and converge. And that just means people are going to want to, that's a great opportunity to live and be able to just, especially if you can get cross town over the red line, it's a really great opportunity.
What's the hottest or biggest issue at the City Hall these days?
Hottest issue? Well, we don't have a lot of controversy right now. We talked a little bit about whether or not to reduce the tax rate, and we decided to do that. There was some split on the city council on whether to do that or not, but in the end, everyone voted for our budget, so we reduced the tax rate a little bit. One thing we focus on a lot is redevelopment, and so Carrollton is older than Frisco, so we have a lot of shopping centers like the H Mart Center. If you go back 10 years ago and look at the H Mart Center, it was doing terrible. Right. It was nobody was here. Nobody's ever been here. It's been here 30 years. I don't remember it ever being busy. I've been coming to it for 30 years. So with the folks that bought it, we invested $750,000 of taxpayer money into that to partner to make sure that the development went well and to make sure it was redeveloped in a way that really worked. And now, in part because of the city's contribution, it's doing great. And it has other, the building we're sitting in wouldn't be here if that wasn't successful. Right. I think this is a good result.
What's your next step as far as like elected official?
Well, as mayor, you can only serve 2 terms. So I'll be termed out at the end of 2017 in May of 2017. I don't know if there are other political offices for me to serve in. Mayor is a great job because you actually get to do things. I mean, I look at other levels of government and see the level of frustration that people have. I'm not interested in, spending my time fighting meaningless partisan battles. I'd rather just do things to make the state or the city better. So we'll see. I mean, if you plan on something in politics, that is exactly what will not happen. So my strategy is to do well in the job I'm in, and I don't know if anything will open up. Yeah. Any
comments you have for the Korean American community of Carrollton and maybe broader?
Sure. Well, I would say, we're glad you live in our community. We welcome your business and your patronage, especially in this part of Carrollton seems to be a hotbed, and we're grateful for that. We appreciate the interest and the commerce. It's great. I think it's something that I've enjoyed watching and enjoyed getting to know a lot of Korean Americans. I'm sort of one of the people that views generally. I just see people. I don't necessarily see races or whatever. I mean, you live in Carrollton, and that's great. But it is neat to see the Korean community, really come here a lot from all over Dallas-Fort Worth, and then now to see some pretty significant investments. This is a great example in our area. So couldn't be happier to welcome Koreans to Carrollton, and hopefully they'll continue to thrive. And I bet, we have a new housing development going in over here, single family, and I would bet that a very high proportion of folks that live there.
Is that
maybe
across the street from the Spa Castle?
Yeah. North of Spa Castle, it's like 144 homes are going in there.